Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with our new chapter named Born Again Arunima Sinha. Let us all take page number 30 and see the warm up. Here, children, you can see three pictures have been given. In a group, you have to discuss. That means you can discuss with your parents or your siblings, elder siblings if you have. You can discuss which of these activities would you like to do when you grow up. So out of these three, you can select one and accordingly you can answer which of these activities would you like to do when you grow up, okay? And why would you like to do it? How would you feel if you did it? What do you think would be the scariest bit? Okay, so based on these questions, you can give your answers, and if even you can write it down in your notebook and you can send us the picture of the same, or else you can discuss along with your family members. Okay, so do it as an activity. Okay, so you can select any one out of these three. You have the pictures of sea diving and skying and skydiving also. So out of these three, whichever is your favorite, you can, the activity which is your the favorite most, you can select that, and based on that you can answer the same. Now let us start with the chapter. Before that, let me give you a short summary on this story. Born Again Arunima Sinha. It is a passage about a bravest young woman who conquers Mount Everest. Okay, so what happens here? She was injured and she was pushed out of a running train, and doctors have to amputate her left leg to save her life. Even with lot of struggles, she did so much of hard work that she climbed Mount Everest and she won the Padma Shri award. So let us read and understand her life in detail. So what is a biography? Biography is a story of a person's life which is written by somebody else. And you know, one more word is similar to that, autobiography, which means it's a person's story written by that same person is autobiography, and biography is a person's life story which is written by somebody else. So this is a biography of Arunima Sinha. So let us read and understand. Okay, so let's all take the reader and take page number 30. So I'll read this biography and we will understand the life experience of Arunima Sinha. So let us start. Take one step at a time, don't give up. I think we should turn back. The slope is too difficult. The Sherpa's voice interrupted. So here you can see that Arunima Sinha is talking about her experience first. One step, that means she was climbing the Everest. So take one step at a time, don't give up. She's telling it to herself. I think we should turn back. She heard a voice. The slope is too difficult. That was the voice of Sherpas. Okay. Arunima's thoughts as she took one painful step after another up the steep slope of Mount Everest. She turned to him. When she heard this voice, interrupted, can you see the word interrupted, which means stopped midway? So Arunima thought as she took one painful step after another up the steep slope of Mount Everest, she turned to him. She turned to whom? She turned to Sherpa. I will not turn back. I will climb to the summit. Who says this sentence? This is said by Arunima. The Sherpa knew it. It was useless to argue with whom? Arunima. The past few weeks had given him a glimpse of Arunima's willpower and determination. So here, the Sherpa talks about Arunima because she had so much of willpower and determination that she wanted to succeed further. The mountain loomed before them as she continued the climb. Arunima's thoughts went back to the incident on 11th April 2011. It had changed her life completely. So what happens now? She is thinking the past, what happened in her life which made her so strong. Now let's see what happened. The incident which changed her life, that happened on which date? 11th April 2011. So let us see what was the incident happened to her in her life. Hand over your bag and gold chain now. She felt defenseless in the general compartment of Padmavati Express traveling from Lucknow to Delhi. Born and brought up in Ambika Nagar in Uttar Pradesh, she was going for an examination to join the Central Industrial Security Force, that is CISF. So she was, now I hope you might have understood, children, the beginning she was talking about when she was she was climbing the Everest and she was with Sherpa, one person, the trainer might be, she was talking to him. The conversation was happening between both of them. The next watch in the middle, she started talking about her life's incident which happened. She reminded of that incident which happened on 11th April 2011, which changed her life completely. Hand over your bag and gold chain now. So what happens here? It seems that she was about to robbed by the robbers, and what happened? She was traveling in a compartment of Padmavati Express where she was traveling from Lucknow to Delhi. She was born and brought up in Ambika Nagar. She was going for an examination. For that purpose, she was traveling from Lucknow to Delhi, and while traveling, she heard a voice, hand over your bag and gold chain now. So what happens? Let's see. Arunima looked at her attackers. Why should I give up the precious little that I have to these robbers? So she is asking to herself, who? Arunima is asking to herself during that incident when it was happening, why should I give up the precious little things what she has to these robbers? She thought, and she clutched her bag tightly and moved away from the gang. The robbers tried to snatch her bag. She resisted and fought back, but she was overpowered. They then pushed her out of the running train. So have you seen, children, here what happens while traveling from Lucknow to Delhi? During her journey, an incident happened. Few attackers attacked her. They were trying to rob her bag, but she clutched her bag tightly. She fought against them, and the robbers tried to snatch her bag. What happened? She resisted and fought back, right? But what happened? She was pushed out of the train by them, pushed out of the running train. So what happens next? As she lay on the tracks, unable to move, due to the severe injuries she received from her fall, another train from the opposite direction ran over her leg and she lost consciousness. So what happens here? She fell down from the train and she lay on the tracks. But she was unable to move. Why? Because she was injured very severely. She could not move. There was another train coming from the opposite direction, which ran over her leg. She couldn't escape. So she was injured, so she could not move. And the train came and ran over her leg, and she lost consciousness. Locals rushed her to a hospital where the doctor had to amputate her left leg. Can you see the meaning of amputate word? A part of the body that is cut off in order to avoid infection. So what happened? The doctor had to amputate her left leg just below the knee part to save her life. A week later, she was moved to the All India Institute of Medical Science, that's AIIMS, where a Delhi-based company provided her with an artificial leg free of cost. So what happens? The locals rushed her to the hospital for the treatment, and doctors had to amputate her left leg to save her life. And a week later, she was moved to All India Institute of Medical Science, AIIMS, called as AIIMS in New Delhi. A Delhi-based company provided her with an artificial leg, that too free of cost. It was during those long days of recovery at AIIMS that Arunima first thought of achieving the almost impossible task of climbing Mount Everest, which was her dream, right? She had a faith and she kept on trying to achieve that dream. So it was during those long days of recovery at AIIMS that Arunima first thought of achieving the almost impossible task of climbing Mount Everest, when she wasn't struggling to walk using her artificial leg. She spent her time listening about mountaineering. She was spending her time listening about mountaineering Arunima loved reading about the challenges faced by climbers who had conquered Mount Everest, and she had always loved sports and had been a national volleyball player too. She had a dream of conquering Mount Everest. So now she dared to dream about climbing the highest mountain with her artificial leg. So she had a dream and she wanted to achieve. So Arunima summoned courage and met Bajendri Pal, the first Indian woman to climb Mount Everest. And Bajendri Pal told Arunima, Arunima, in this condition you have made such a huge decision. Know that you have already conquered your inner Everest. Bajendri Pal understands that she has got that determination to fight and as well as to succeed. So now you need to climb the mountain only to show the world what you are made of. So she advises as well as she encourages Arunima Sinha. On receiving an encouraging response from whom? Bajendri Pal, Arunima signed up for training under whom? Bajendri Pal at the Uttarkashi camp of the Tata Steel Adventure Foundation in 2012. Okay? So as part of her training, she had to climb smaller mountains which included the island peaks, 6,189 meters. She signed up for a training under Bajendri Pal, right? At where? Uttarkashi camp of the Tata Steel Adventure Foundation. So she was under a training with Bajendri Pal. All fine, Arunima. This time it was the concerned voice of her instructor. Who was her instructor? Susan Mehto, which broke into her thoughts. Susan was accompanying her on the Everest mission as part of the Eco Everest expedition sponsored by the Tata Group. So, yes, Susan, I am fine. So, Arunima replies, Susan, I am fine. Brave words, for as she entered what is known as the death zone, 8,000 meters above sea level, her legs were refusing to obey her. The death zone was so named as it had claimed the lives of many aspiring mountaineers. So, this was a brave words from whom? Arunima, because she was fine. Even Susan, her instructor, was concerned about Arunima. But she replied very finely that she's fine with it. And when she entered, who? Arunima, when she entered what is known as the death zone. Why it's known as death zone? Because it is 8,000 meters above sea level. And her legs, whose legs? Arunima's legs were refusing to obey her. It was very tough and she was struggling to climb. She was almost numb with pain and each step was an effort as her artificial limb posed new problems one after the other. So the terrain became very dangerous and difficult. It was very dangerous as well as very difficult to climb further. She saw dead bodies half buried in the ice. So she could see many dead bodies and half buried bodies in the ice, reminding her of those who had failed to reach their goal. So these dead bodies were reminding her of those who had failed to reach or achieve their goals. Seeing her struggle, the Sherpa again spoke, Madam, we should turn back. So he stops Arunima for climbing further, as she was finding it difficult and struggling to climb up. No, that's not an option, Arunima replied. I want to complete the climb today. Her artificial leg was constantly troubling her as it cut into the flesh on her leg. Sharp ridges rose over the icy slopes before her. She must climb over them step by step. One false move and she could fall into a deep crevasse below. She took a deep breath and pressed on. So you can see a word here, crevasse. That means what? Deep crack in rock or ice. Okay, so she was worried while climbing because Sherpa was stopping her to move further, because it was if one false step can make her to fall into that deep crevasse and she can lose her life. So what? She kept on trying. So she moved on further. Just a bit more and you will be there. she told herself. So herself she encouraged, and then she was on the summit, on the top of the highest mountain in the world. The day 21st May 2013 will remain etched in her memory forever. Why? She had done it. The date 21st May 2013, she had done it. She was the second amputee in the world to have climbed Mount Everest. So this day was a very special day for her, because on 21st May 2013, she became the second amputee in the world to have climbed Mount Everest. The first being Rhonda Graham from USA. And Arunima Sinha was the first Indian who had dared to take on such a challenge. So it was a great achievement. On which date? 21st May 2013. Arunima proudly planted the Indian tricolor on top of the summit. She also pushed a note wrapped in cloth into the snow, thanking the Almighty for helping her achieve her dream. So she was feeling very proud of achieving her dream. In December 2014, in a grand ceremony, the Prime Minister of India released the book Born Again on the Mountain, written by Arunima, on her experience of scaling Mount Everest. So a book was released, Born Again on the Mountain, which was written by herself itself, Arunima, on her experience of scaling Mount Everest. That was in December 2014. In 2015, she was awarded the Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian honor in India. And she was also honored with the Tenzing Norgay Award in 2016 and the First Lady Award in 2018. Now, Arunima runs a non-profit school for the unprivileged and specially abled children. The school, Shahid Chandra Shekhar Azad Viklang Khel Academy, is Arunima's life. Now she is running a non-profit school for the unprivileged and specially abled children. So the school, Shahid Chandra Shekhar Azad Viklang Khel Academy, is Arunima's life. Though the school does not yet have many facilities, but Arunima is determined to take it to a great height someday. In her words, failure is not when we fall short of achieving our goals. It is when we don't have goals worthy enough. So it was really a nice biography of Arunima, which teaches us a lesson that we should keep on trying and we should never give up. You can read this chapter once again. So by this, I'm ending the lesson here. We'll meet in the next class with the exercise of the chapter. Till then, bye.